Welcome to the SOAR Show. I'm Kathleen.
Hi, I'm Sheila.
And I'm Carrie, and today we're back at Champy's.
Our favorite one of our favorite spots in the borough.
One of our favorites. You're exactly right. One of our favorites. We're going to talk today about breaking the ice, right? Because
we've all been in those situations where you're walking into a meeting, you don't know anyone, or a training class, or a conference, and you're by yourself. So what do? Do you walk in full of confidence, or do you walk in timid and afraid to open your mouth to someone?
Exactly.
And we talked about, we're all pretty effervescent people.
We never have that problem.
We never have that problem.
Oh, yes, we do.
I'm married to an introvert, and he struggles with that. And so he tends to cling back and not approach people immediately like I do. Mm-hmm. But I tell him all the time, you appear mysterious, and therefore people want to talk to you when you're not quite so out there.
Yeah, I guess if you're shy, just own it.
Yeah,
just own it, and then make them wonder. Yeah,
absolutely. Be confident in your shyness.
I think what's hard about it is we've almost lost the art of conversation because of our electronic world.
I agree.
Because we just find it easier to email, text, send them a Facebook message, and we forget how to communicate.
It's funny you say that. I have been negotiating a contract since Friday, and I will tell you, and these folks are at an age where texting is what they want to do. We texted for countless, dozens of text messages, and finally I text back and I said, can we just talk? Is it okay if I give you a call? I would feel better if we talked these things out, because we had several major stumbling blocks. Mm-hmm. And I think when it's important, nothing works as well as either a face-to-face conversation or a phone conversation.
Yeah, that's back to that communication that we talked about. We had a whole show about communication.
Yes.
You know, it just makes such a huge difference, but people don't know how to do it anymore. And especially, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, sometimes you have to remember your audience. If you walk into a room of people, they're probably all shy too.
Yeah.
So true.
So when I walk in, rather than put them on the spot where they're uncomfortable, I say, maybe I don't know anyone. I'm Kathleen, a little bit something about yourself. Yeah. So introduce yourself, talk about yourself first. Put people at ease.
That is a great point, because here's something I've kind of found, because being real estate agents, we're in front of brand new people daily.
Yes.
Daily, we find ourselves trying to break ice. So what I have found that works for me with open houses is, you know how that is when you walk in a store or something and people immediately start this conversation that you feel like is so fake because they're just trying to get the sale or something. I don't want that. I'm such an authentic person. I don't want that. But I found that if you ask them and open the door for them to have questions back to you, and if they say no, I don't have any, well then it's like fair play. Now I can ask you something. Does that make sense?
It does. I do a lot of networking, and one of the first things I like to ask is, after an introduction, very much like Kathleen described, I like to just say, what do you do? And you get them talking about what you do, they do. And another good follow-up question is, well, why do you enjoy doing that? Why is that your passion? And honestly, we all know this, sometimes we forget it, but no one wants to hear you talk as much as they want to talk. And so just remember, one mouth, two ears, so do twice as much listening. That's my key.
Twice as much listening, but if you are going to talk, then you're right. Find out about them. Don't blow them up about yourself.
Amen.
Find out about them. Because then now they're like, wow, they care. And we authentically do care.
Or those conversations where you start, you can feel the other person looking around and checking their watch or their phone. You've gone on too long then.
Here's your sign.
When you've lost, you got to pay attention to other people's body language.
Absolutely. Yes, those cues are paramount. And we've all been in that situation too, where maybe you're in a circle of people and one individual has gone on too long, and you see those social cues, and the person who's talking misses it completely. And now it's really uncomfortable for everybody, but just beware.
Yeah, and everyone else is kind of giving everybody the nudge, like, oh my gosh.
It is going to be away from this.
The art of conversation.
It is. So, especially people like dating, I think about them on Tinder and online. So you got to have that real icebreaker when you meet up with them at some kind of, well, wherever you meet up is important. So plan that for yourself. If you are someone who's out dating again, or you're young and you're dating, there's something in the movies called Meet Cute. Have you heard of the Meet Cute? So Google Meet Cute, and I learned about that in the movie The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet. What is the meet cute? The meet cute is something that happens in a movie or a TV show, which is that moment, that first encounter between two people who will eventually have a romantic relationship. So plan your own meet cute as something really cool. If you're going to be meeting somebody, where you meet could be the icebreaker. Don't just say, I'll meet you at JoJo's bar. Go to an ice rink. Go to a hockey game. Go to
Top golf.
putt golf. Yeah.
Museums, a country music hall of fame, or
Yeah.
something that you can talk about the topics
First
if you're
arts center.
uncomfortable with the art center. If you're uncomfortable with that conversation between two people, something you can walk through.
Yeah, that's your conversation, is where you meet, so that helps. But yeah, breaking the ice is real important. But again, I think Sheila had a great point as far as start asking them about themselves, because that's nothing more that makes people go, well, I have had a hard day. Thanks for asking.
And most people love to talk about themselves. Let's face it,
Yeah.
most people do. And then at the end of the conversation, when you parted ways, they're going to leave with the attitude of, oh my gosh, I really did like that person.
I know, I can talk about
It's-
myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Too
kinda.
often we don't get to do that.
So, y'all put your comments at the bottom if y'all have other great ideas about conversation starters and icebreakers. Let us know what we missed out on this topic. Give
Yeah,
us
what-
ideas.
What works for you?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, because you're gonna run into strangers all day long. If you just ask them how they're doing and don't worry about yourself, you're gonna have a, I don't know, maybe meet some new friends, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Rebecca's not here. She's in another important meeting. So do we have a help tip for today?
Yeah, I think, you know what, we were talking earlier, we got here earlier and had something to eat, because we're hungry. Don't forget Champions is a great place to eat. Chicken hooks are good.
Locally owned.
Locally owned. But anyway, so health tip for Rebecca, we're talking about melatonin, because we're talking about how busy we all are, and that, you know, you finally get to lay down at night, and then all that busyness is in your head, and you can't go to sleep. Melatonin is good. It helps me.
Your body produces melatonin naturally.
Yeah.
So some people's bodies just aren't producing enough. It's that sleep hormone that kind of winds you down and gets you ready for bed. So you can take it just like vitamins. You can get it over the counter.
30 minutes before you go to bed, take a couple of melatonin.
And check with your physician. You need to make sure that's okay with.
There's negative
With
side
the
effects, especially if you take that too long.
Yeah, don't take it too long. But the good thing is, I mean, I've had family members who've taken that in place of some of the pharmaceuticals like Ambien or whatever. So I know a little bit about that in the fact that they've had really good luck and they don't wake up. You don't wake up feeling all hungover,
Groggy or medicine
groggy
head.
and sluggish. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just a tip if you're having trouble sleeping.
Hey, and I will tell you this, a side effect, because I've experienced it, and then I had someone recently say it, is it gives you really vivid dreams.
That can be good or bad.
Yeah, I actually kind of like it. It's like, wow, don't bother me, this is good. But sometimes you're like, holy cow, you want to wake up from that. So that may be something that you'll experience, is some really strong, clear dreams. But melatonin,
You know, check with your doctor, like I said.
Give
Make
it
sure
your-
you're
yeah.
okay to.
right, always consult a physician, and a good night's sleep will help you break the ice better the next day.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah. What
So
you
I
got?
have a
Sheila?
quote. We don't meet people by accident. They cross our paths for a reason. So just keep that in mind. Every single person's path you cross, you have something to give them or they have something to give you. And it may be as simple as a smile or a hug or a handshake or a nice word for the day. But just remember, it is no coincidence when you meet any person you meet throughout the day. So be mindful. Make the most of that.
That could be a whole show topic, because what you're saying is, even though you might be aggravated or you think someone rubs you the wrong way, you may have had that encounter for a reason. So don't discount that person in the role that they were playing for that moment in your life.
Be open to
Yeah.
that experience.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes
That's a learning.
I am the very one that can sometimes come off a little too hard. So maybe you needed that. Maybe I was supposed to be in your life that day.
You know, and if
Yeah.
you feel awkward, say to the person that think, "Oh, I feel awkward. I don't know what to say." Hopefully,
Yeah.
they'll fill in the blanks. So just
That's
be
pretty
open.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just truly be interested in other people. There you go.
There you have it.
That's our show for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
Don't
We'll see
forget
you
the Chai
next time.
Champions.
That's
Murfreesboro.
right.
All right. SOAR.
SOAR.